They seem to be the same, but also different. It's very confusing.
Hey guys, welcome to Wait What episode 10. This should be the final one of the season, I guess.
Maybe.
We'll see how we feel afterwards. But this was supposed to be the planned end.
It was, yeah.
We're just having too much fun.
Yeah. Just having a marvellous time. Yeah, we were originally going to go 10, like we did on episode 1. We did 10 for episode 1.
It was a really long episode.
It was, yeah. God. I didn't see anyone else for days. Yeah, we might do some more. We got a bit of time, maybe. I think it depends on how quickly we can be bothered to edit things.
Yeah,
we edit
much.
quickly, then there'll be more in this season. In theory, people listening to this episode will know whether there's more coming or not, because I probably would have tweeted out whether this was the final episode. So when people are listening to this, they'll know more than I do right now, recording it. Oh, you all right?
Yeah, can't complain. You?
Good. Yeah, I'm all right. Bit hay fever. Ugh.
Yeah.
First world problems.
Funsies.
Yeah, it's the super funsies. You got some stories today?
Yeah, a couple.
Me too. Oh. Who'd have thunked it? Like 21 episodes in. This is 21. Because technically we did the extra mini episode.
Why are you still listening?
Because I'm recording. Oh, you meant the listeners. Be a bit awkward otherwise. You were like talking and I was like, what? Just at the end. Thanks for joining me, Jono. Yeah, okay. Let's just get in. Let's just do it. Let's just crack right on. None of this pre-chatting bullshit. I think have you got follow-up?
I do. All right, so a couple of episodes ago we spoke about Brian May with his enthusiastic gardening.
His bum ripping, yeah.
Yeah. So not sure if you've heard about this. I'm guessing you probably have. But a couple of days after that, he was actually taken back into hospital after having a heart attack.
Well, I hope not for another bum ripping. This time it was so intense that he also had a heart attack. I think I heard about it, but I didn't read about it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It was described as a small heart attack. He had 3 arteries that were congested, but
shit,
he's
a lot of artery traffic.
Yeah, he's been taken care of though, so that's all good.
Good. I mean, that's not what you want straight after. I mean, imagine that week. You're thinking, oh, tore my bum to shreds. This is definitely the worst this week's going to get.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days later, nope. Yeah. I've had a heart attack. Not ideal. Not an ideal to spend a week.
No, it could be better.
Yeah. That's slightly underselling it. I'm tired today, man. You're gonna. This is gonna be difficult for you, but you're gonna have to bring the energy.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
But imagine if you did, then we could name this episode "Jono Brings the Energy."
I mean,
that'd be great.
Could still call it that, and it will just be like an ironic name.
We can't lie. We do that enough. Can't be lying to people. That's mean. All right. Should I do a talk about the things that I want to do the talks about? I just minimized what I needed as I said that. I was like, oh, I'll do the... Oh, hang on.
Smooth.
I need that email. I want to talk about one thing first of all. Basically, I saw a headline the other day, and I don't want to discuss any more than just to tell you what the headline was, because it's ridiculous. It's from the Irish Daily Mirror, or Mirror, as they'd call it. And it says, so this is on Facebook, the title on Facebook says, the former UFC, I can't say UFC, the former UFC champion announced his retirement on Sunday. Then there's a picture of Conor McGregor sat on what looks like the front of a car, and he's on the phone, right? And then you think, oh, okay, this is going to be about his retirement or something like that, right? And then the literal headline is Conor McGregor pictured speaking on the phone after announcing retirement. That's a fucking headline. The dude took a phone call.
Wow.
Like, I saw it and I was like, I'm not even going to read this. I had a quick look through because I didn't want to like that headline be that and then it'd be some really like amazing news story. It wasn't. It was as shit as the headline. But it's it drives me insane. Like, how can the Mirror think that that's like news? A man took a phone call. That's literally, if you shorten that headline down, it's an Irish man took a phone call.
I mean, even on a slow news day, that's pushing it.
It really fucking is. Like, I don't understand how they can get away with that. And then people, like, there's so many things wrong with the media, but Jesus Christ, that's taking the piss, isn't it?
Yeah, they need to take a good hard look at themselves.
Yeah, they bloody do. Bloody do, Jono. But yeah, I wanted to mention that. That wasn't really something I want to talk about today, but I couldn't not bring it up because it's the most ridiculous thing. So, you do a talk.
All right, let's talk about the curious tale of Dennis the Menace.
Oh, I like Dennis the Menace and Nasha.
Yeah, so that's obviously the Dennis the Menace that we know, but you know there's an American version as well.
I do now.
Okay, so...
Oh my god, Jono's brought a story to me that I literally know nothing about.
Amazing. It was bound to happen one day.
Yeah, I thought it'd be season 12. I don't know how I feel about saying that out loud. Part of me's like, oh, we'd last to season 12, and then part of me's like, oh, we'd last to season 12. I think I need to lie down. I'm scared about doing episode 12 for season 2. And that's just like a possibility, let alone going all the way. That'd be at least another 100 that'd be at least another 100 episodes.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Should we change these podcasts into like the mini casts, like the mini-sodes? And then there's just us for like 10 minutes talking.
Just one story each one.
Oh my god, we should do that. Season 3 should be us doing mini-sodes. And we'll just talk about one story. But we can record like this, right? And then record one, end it. Record one, end it. Record one, end it. Do 4 in a go. Same amount of editing for one episode. But then we can put 2 out a week, right? So it's still the same, but like more listening. Oh my god, why have we not done this? This is cheating the system. We'd get double the listens, Jono.
All right, let's do that.
No, do you know what? Fuck that, right? That's so little work. That's like 2 10-minute episodes a week. Normally we do like a 40-minute episode 1 week. That's 1 episode across 2 weeks with 4 times the listening. Why am I not doing this? Welcome to episode 11. And then we'll wait for another 10 minutes and then we'll cut to episode 12. That's season 3. I'm calling it now.
All right.
If it doesn't happen, right, then one of our listeners in season 3, when they've heard the first episode, if it's different, needs to send us a Twitter or an Instagram. Instagram? It's like a really famous gran at Wait What FM, and basically be saying, Stephen, you're a douchebag. You didn't do it. Now, my worry is that at some point over this season, we'll grow in popularity, and then I don't do it, and I just wake up one morning to a lot of messages telling me I'm a douchebag. I've not thought this one through at all.
Most of those will be from me.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I already get them. They just go straight into my junk. Straight to my junk. Just how I like it. All right, again, casual tangent. While we're on a tangent, let's stay on one just quickly. Because, I haven't actually really spoken to you in the last few days as much as usual. So I actually wanted to say, how's your weekend been? We're recording on a Sunday. Before we jump into... What I did was say, let's not talk bullshit. Then you went, here's a story. And I went, fuck that story. How's your weekend been? But how has it been?
It's been pretty good. Fairly quiet. Mostly playing Borderlands 3. And...
Nice. With the short one.
Yeah, with the short one.
Shout out to Craig.
Not a whole lot other than that.
Damn.
How about yours?
Yeah, it's been all right. Sent you a picture of me in the boot of the car yesterday, didn't I?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little surprise street party for my mum's 60th. Following her actual party at my house on Wednesday, which I say actual party, there was 4 of us. But it took up 8 meters of space.
Did she have a good birthday?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I'll show you the video at some point that we made her. Well,
Oh
say
yes,
we.
yeah.
She's watched it about 10 times now, and apparently it makes her cry with happiness every time.
Oh,
So I think it's mainly because I'm in it at the end.
yeah.
It's
That
4.5 minutes of ugh, and then I'm there.
yeah. It's your face that always makes me cry.
Yeah, oi.
Lauren texted me when you messaged her about.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you said. You said you needed her help with something,
Yeah.
and she messaged me and she was like, "Stephen just texted me. He needs my help." She's like, "What could it be?" And I can't remember what it was, but she listed a couple of really weird things, and I went, "Or it could just be for his mum's birthday."
Yeah. Or here's the real idea, Lauren, if you're listening. Next time, don't text Jono, just ask me. She texted back, which was great in general, but the actual text itself was great as well. She texted back saying, "Sorry, I was out for a run. Have I missed my window of opportunity?" And then I said, "No, I'll call you in a minute." And then I called her and basically just said, "Look, can you get your mum to send me a video, and you if you want, and also can you find Becca's number for me?" And she did all of those things rapidly. So if I ever need like a secretary for working on my in my own business, I might ask her. I reckon Lauren, if you're listening, you'd be great at the things you remembered to do. That's the best way I can put that.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, lots of love for Lauren though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be the only full-time secretary that mentally worked part-time. But yeah, that party went well. We had the gazebo, and I built an extra wall using a tarpaulin that I had and just connected it to 3 corners and then rolled it up so you could get in and out. And then the other wall of the gazebo was just the wall of my house. So, and I have like a little fan heater, so I had that in the kitchen door, blowing hot air out into the gazebo. So when it started to get chilly, you just turned it on, and it heated up pretty quickly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was good. And then I spent a lot of time yesterday just chilling in the boot of my car, which was actually really comfortable. I'm very happy I have a massive boot of a car. And today I've played a lot of Xbox.
Yes.
And that is all. That is all.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Now, tell me about the American Dennis the Menace.
All right. So, Dennis the Menace was created in 1951, I believe.
Okay.
And he came from, it says here, from the fertile mind of Hank Ketchum.
Was that Ash Ketchum's dad?
It must be, yeah. So he created this comic or cartoon based mostly around his own family. He had a 4-year-old son called Dennis.
Who was a bastard.
Yeah. And basically it's a tale of an over-energetic but kind of sweet-natured boy who is labelled as a troublemaker by the grumpy neighbour, which is a little bit different from the Dennis the Menace that we know, who is just a menace.
Definitely a bastard.
Yeah. Obviously, R1 is from the Beano comic. Also created in 1951. So the coincidence here is that they were essentially created at exactly the same time by totally different artists who had absolutely nothing to do with each other, and it's just pure coincidence.
That's pretty mental.
Yeah.
I did not know this. This is full new fact for me. My brain is receiving and understanding, but not quite believing. That's pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah.
Of all the things you could be writing about in 2 different places in the world at the same time. Yeah, maybe all Dennises are pricks.
Yeah. I mean, they're fairly kind of different in their story.
Yeah.
Being that the American one is just essentially clumsy.
Yeah. And the English one is a bastard.
With a bastard dog.
Yeah. Does the American one have any form of pet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Like a really horny dog called Gasher?
That's an awful name.
I know. But great at the same time.
Did you know that along with Nasher, Dennis had a pig called Rasher and a spider called Dasher?
I think I knew about the pig, but not about the spider. I've learnt a lot today. I've learnt a lot about a lot of things that I feel like I probably didn't need to learn about. But I'm loving it. I just took a cheeky little photo of the setup that we've got right now, or that I'm using right now. And I'm going to post it on Instagram right now on our story. But when you see it, there's a little duck hiding in the background. And that duck is called Quackzilla. Quackzilla should definitely be a mascot of the podcast.
I think it should, yeah.
I'm going to get Quackzilla to say hi right now. Jono, say hi to Quackzilla.
Hi, Quackzilla.
He's very excited to hear your voice. I put one little headphone in his ear.
Oh, I miss you too.
Right, get back in your hole, Will. Yeah, you bastard. Cool. I'm going to post it right now, and you're going to hear me do it. Here we go. I'm doing it. I'm going to write Quackzilla. Right. There we go. Quackzilla. Double L. He gets really cranky when you spell his name wrong. There we go. Put Quackzilla, and then a little arrow sticking up to him. Right. Here we go. Arrow. Oh God. There we go. Well, I'm going to do the little pointy hand instead. I'm going to do the pointy hand like this. I'm going to put Quackzilla underneath. Oh. Now everyone will know he's called Quackzilla. And I'm going to put, we're recording! Exclamation mark. Bam, look at that. That is a terrible piece of content. There we go. Right.
So it matches all of our other content.
Yeah. Oh. I want to talk to you about a man who went to Aldi to get himself a pint of milk.
Okay.
1 pint of milk from Aldi. Now, terrible story is what you're thinking, and shortly you may still agree, but allow me to explain. He went there for a pint of milk, but he left with a ban.
Well, now, I mean, that middle aisle is always...
Well, I could pick up a couple of bands while I'm here. Now, I have to ask you one question, because I want to know what your thoughts are. What do you think a man that went to a shop to get a pint of milk could do to leave being banned from that shop?
I think I heard about this one.
Well,
I can't remember if you mentioned it to me now.
But if I did, fuck me. I'm the worst.
If I remember correctly, I believe that he was banned because he didn't want to use a basket.
Correct. I hate me. His name is Nutbean. What a great last name. His name is Lee Nutbean. Oh, brilliant. All right, so he went to a shop in Plymouth, right, the Aldi, as I mentioned, and he walked in without a basket or a trolley, right? And the guy on the door, I'm going to paraphrase this entire news story, said, "Whoa, Mr. Nutbean, what do you think you're doing? Just walking into this bloody shop without anything to carry your goods in? You some kind of bloody crazy heathen? I don't need this. What are you doing?" And he said, "It's cool, man. I'm buying one item. I've got 2 hands. This will go down well." And the guy said, "Not on my bloody watch. You get out of here, you bastard. You nutbean bastard. You're not coming in here without anything to put your bloody milk in." He said, "But I've got..." And he said, "I don't care if you've got hands. You need something to put in those hands to carry that milk." So Lee said, "Well, this is bullshit." And he left. Okay. Then he called the customer services and they said, head back to the store and speak to the manager. It's not a policy that he can enforce. So he thought, yeah, fuck that guy, right? Understandable. That's what I'd be like. Yeah. Right. Actually, I wouldn't. I would have pushed past the security manager and been like, "Fuck you, I'm getting some milk." Actually, I wouldn't. I wouldn't have gone to Aldi. I would have gone to Tesco or possibly Waitrose. They're the only options I'm going for, right? So he goes back and he gets to the shop and someone says, "Look, mate, I said you got to have a basket, right?" The manager made the decision, yeah? And then he got banned. So he then phoned up the helpline again. He's like, "All right, it's Mr. Nutbean again." They're like, "Oh, bloody hell. What's happening now?" I imagine that's how all good customer service agents... That's why I used to be like, "Oh, bloody hell." And then he said, "Look, I want to fix this. I just want some fucking milk." He's like, "I've had my Weetabix on the side for 2 hours now." Right? They're drier than the desert. Yeah, I just need some milk. And they're like, look, that's fair enough. I had Weet-Bix this morning. I understand why you want them. Yeah, but you have to go back to the store. I can't do anything for me. I can't provide you with milk. We're on the phone. And he said to them, look, the manager said the basket is a local decision that he's made for the store. And as he thinks it makes things easier for them at the till. And the decision still stands. So let's have a look. So he said he was getting confused as customer services said they don't need a basket. And then he gets there and he does need a basket. And the guy said, look, well, you're now banned, so I don't care if you call customer services. So guess what he did?
Called customer services?
For the third time, yeah. He was told his ban had been lifted, but still needed to use a basket. He says, I felt I was treated very unfairly, and I agree with him. I feel this is disgraceful behaviour. This is not me. And I should at least get a formal apology from the store manager. So now, then in capitals, it says, basket ban! And in big bold writing, it says, an Aldi spokesman said, we're encouraging customers to use the trolley as it promotes better social distancing. However, people are welcome to shop in store with or without a trolley or a basket if they choose. We have reminded our colleagues of this. Another customer who went to the same store had similar problems and said apparently all the store policies are crazy. He said, I had my own basket and bag so that I didn't have to come into contact with any trolleys or baskets. Understandable in this current horrendous crisis we're going through. You don't have to touch all the things that everyone else has touched. But he said apparently he was told it was source policy that you had to have a trolley. So this guy had a basket and he wasn't allowed in. So the last guy, no basket, wasn't allowed in, needed a basket. Another guy brings his own basket. He's doing Aldi a favour at this point. They're like, nah, that's not got four wheels. It's not big enough to push around. You're not coming in. He said, this is ridiculous. 100 people must use not use trolleys every day as they're not adequately cleaned. Only wipe down on the handles. That's not good enough. This still leaves the metal of the trolley unclean. I'd rather not put my shopping in it. That's correct. Also, just don't lick the wrapping. Then I think you'll be fine. But, I mean, that's pretty mental, isn't it? What would you do if you, rocked up? First of all, what are you doing if you're rocking up at Aldi? But what would you do if you rocked up at Aldi and they were like, nah, you can't come in, you don't have a basket? Would you just pick a basket up?
I don't know. I mean, I don't understand how it makes it easier for anyone.
I don't either. I think if anything, it's more work. So someone then has to go and collect all the baskets and put them back out the front.
Yeah,
but
and I mean, do the staff clean them when they put them back, or
probably not? No. And if they are, then that's more work again.
Yeah.
I'm really torn because if I just needed milk, I'd be like, oh fuck leaving. So I'd just get a basket and go and get my milk. But then part of me is just like, no. It's down to it's just principle now.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. If you have to use the trolleys to maintain social distancing, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, 100%. Aldi need to look at themselves and think, the fuck are we doing? Take that, Aldi. You've been spoken out against by a little indie podcast. However, will you survive?
If I was turned away for not wanting to use a basket, which I think is perfectly fine if you're only getting one item, and especially if you don't want to touch something that however many people have touched and potentially hasn't been cleaned, you don't know.
Do you know what's really stupid? Sorry to cut in. It's just that I think that if it wasn't in a pandemic and the guy had walked in to get 1 pint of milk without a basket, no one would have said shit.
No.
Right? But then someone's suddenly gone, oh, well, you need a basket. Why? Because. And, trolley, fair enough, yeah, it might maintain a bit more social distancing, right? I can it's still a stupid logic, but I can see the logic. I can see how you'd get to that.
It's
if you didn't know how to do your job or you've been drinking before 9 a.m. But
it's a useful tool to kind of visualize how much space to leave.
Yeah. But then the basket doesn't have anything.
Nope.
So yeah, that's a lovely story for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there again. I mean, wouldn't really go there anyway. But
I was gonna say I just wouldn't go there. I've literally just had my Tesco's next. They deliver my delivery for tomorrow booked for Tesco's, so I'm not going to Aldi. Basically, moral of the story, everyone. Don't go to Aldi. Especially not in Plymouth.
Bring your own trolley.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Just, hello. It's like, what's that? To my own trolley. You can't come in. You haven't got a basket. I don't need a basket. I've got a trolley. Oh, God.
It's just someone
Anyway.
has been given a little bit of power and it's gone right to their head.
Do you think I should start doing things like that with Barry? Just like, tell him he needs stuff. And when he asks why, I'll be like, don't question me. I'm your manager.
Yes.
Hello, are you working from home? Yes. Do you have a basket? No, I don't. What do I need? It doesn't matter. I'm your manager. Go buy a basket. What do I buy? I don't know. Steal a basket. I don't care. Just get a basket. Then when he gets back, what are you doing? That's not a trolley.
And then pull out his evaluation form and be like, doesn't listen to instructions.
Yeah. Add in some boxes that have like, has basket, has trolley, and just cross through both of them. Oh, funsies. Okay, we don't need to talk about the milk bandit anymore. The milk bandit.
All right. Well, going from bandits, let's talk about the Red Light Robin Hood.
Oh my god. The Red Light Robin Hood.
Yeah.
He steals from the rich and gives to the whore.
Different kind of red light.
Don't tell me that wasn't a fucking great response, though. Bear in mind, I have not heard this news story at all. Right, what we're going to have now is my other half just asked me if she can come in and get her Sims game. So we're not going to edit this out. She can come in and get the Sims game. You carry on talking, and then I might just say, all right, and she'll say, hello, and then you'll hear her. Oh, she's like a guest host.
Let's just wait in silence until she gets here.
And never edit it out. Right, talk to me about the Red Light Robin Hood.
All right, the Red Light Robin Hood. It's a guy from Long Island who has been waging a one-man war on red light cameras.
Sorry, she's arrived. You can come in. You must say hello, though, when you get here, because this isn't being edited out. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh, my God. Look at that. She's on the podcast now. My girlfriend's real. I'm also going to explain to you, Jono, because you all will know this isn't a lie. The door opened, and I looked at it, and I couldn't see anyone. And I looked down. I could just see her face smiling. She had crawled in. I don't know. I don't know if she knows how, babe. I'm recording the. Oh, she's backing out now. She hasn't even turned around. I'm recording the end of season 2. You know this is just audio, right? No one can see you. Goodbye. Bye, darling. Well, that was lovely, and a little bit strange.
Did you actually ask her to live with you, or did she just crawl in?
she just got a knock at the door, and she just crawled in.
Oh, there's no one here.
That's the first time I met her. She's good. She's like a lap pet. She does like to sit on your lap. She crawls around everywhere. You just feed her, take her for walks. Everything's fine.
Wow.
Anyway, give to the rich, steals from the horse. That's the wrong way around. Talk to me about the man from Long Island.
All right. So, guy from Long Island is waging a war on cameras at traffic lights.
Okay.
In New York State. So
is he stealing the bulbs?
Well, not quite. So he realised that all the sets of traffic lights that had cameras on them, the amber light was 2 seconds shorter than any other like standard light. So it's kind of like it was kind of tricking you into thinking you had more time, and then obviously you're getting fined. So he was arrested a few times for tampering with lights. He used a long pole just to point them up towards the sky.
Okay.
He did that a couple of times and was arrested. And then when he was released, he went back and cut some of the wires. And he's painted some in. This was a few years ago, but it's amazing.
It genuinely is.
Where is it? It says here. He was using a painter's extension rod to point them up. After being arrested for the first time, he was like, because he was posting on Facebook about the stoplights and how the time was shorter, and it was kind of tricking drivers into getting citations. So then he cut the camera cords, and he reported that he cut the cords to the news himself to try and make people aware that it was like a trap. And then he was pressured by local politicians to be arrested, and apparently one of the sheriff's deputies agreed with him and actually offered to bail him out that time.
Amazing.
So after this, I'm not sure how true it is. It gets a bit more kind of conspiracy theory-ish.
Perfect. Just set up my campfire.
Yeah. So after these incidents, apparently there was a surveillance camera planted by his house, supposedly to watch him. And he painted that one in as well.
Okay.
And then supposedly there have been attempts on his life since then.
Oh, because of some red lights.
Yeah, because it sounds like he's unearthed this major government conspiracy to get loads of money out of the drivers.
The government would never do such a thing.
No, not at all. But
especially not with such an incredible human at the helm.
Yeah, but apparently there was a car tried to intentionally hit him in a head-on collision, and when he had spoke to his neighbours about this, they recognised the description of the car as one that had been like hanging around the street recently. So they think that they were watching them. He also noticed that the cameras with the lights with the cameras and the shorter times were in like lower to middle class neighborhoods. So just trying to go for like poorer people anyway.
Bastards.
Yep. And well, this is where it gets a bit weirder again. The local news station that he had reported it to and that had apparently interviewed other people about it is actually owned by the company who provides the internet service to the cameras.
Okay. Yeah, that's a turn.
Yeah, so it gets a bit mad, but it ended up with him running for like Senate in 2016 or something like that.
That is not a turn that I thought we were going to take.
Yeah, but it's an incredible story.
That is a weird story.
Yeah.
I've set up again now. I told you I've got no energy today. Here's your choice now, Jono. You make the choice for the people. What do you want to hear about next? The shorter story, which is about a bin that started in Worthing on the pier, but now is in the back garden of someone in Germany. Or, just like the Worthing Borough Council litter bin. Or, the strange woman that's seen walking or levitating on Mars.
Ooh. I was all set to go for the bin, but
I know, right?
but that's changed my mind. Let's hear about Mars.
Lady first, okay. Recently, a new discovery has been caused, which is blah, 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 words. A recent discovery has been made, which has caused ripples of excitement amongst UFOologists around the globe. So now you can click that link I sent you.
Oh yes, yeah. Right.
Click on the link, see what you think.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, a picture was taken of the surface of Mars, and it does look like a woman in like it's kind of, to be fair, I think if it is a woman, she's wearing a very low cut dress. She's trying to make a good impression with the Curiosity rover, which is, definitely going to be curious at this point. But yeah, she seems to be in a dress. It looks maybe like with either a headband on or something, but kind of looks like a like a traditional like Spanish or like close to a flamenco dress.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? With like high shoulders, but like a low squared off front and then sleeves. Lovely dress. So some people think it's a trick of the light, and others think it's a ghost, which is a bit weird. I thought people would have gone straight with alien, considering we're on Mars. Apparently, other people think she was a woman from the future and is stalking the rover. I don't know what to think, but I will tell you, it's a pretty weird image.
It is. It's I don't know. It's kind of hard to make out like a like a head, really, isn't it?
I can see like the bottom of a head, but then the top it seems to fade in with the rocks.
Yeah.
Obviously, for people listening, go in the show notes and you'll be able to see this. I don't know what to think of it. Scott Waring, an incredible virtual archaeologist. How can you be a virtual archaeologist? Sorry, guys, I'm going to be late for work. I left my virtual trowel at home. Apparently, he's made dozens of similar discoveries by examining the pictures launched by NASA. Stated that she could be alive, a statue, or more likely, a Martian dweller.
I mean,
I feel like you don't need the title of virtual archaeologist. I could have said that's either a woman, a statue, or an alien. Like, they would have been my three guesses too. I'm not virtual archaeologist. I just have eyes. You know, I can see that it looks like one of those three things.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Going to Mars and then just finding there's statues everywhere.
Oh God, what if they were like weeping angels? Oh no. Do you know what those are?
I don't think so.
They're the angels in Doctor Who that come and kill you, but they can only move when you're not looking at them.
Oh God.
But they move at incredible speed, so the moment you blink, they can move like a meter closer to you.
Thanks for introducing me to that.
Not great, is it?
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
You should watch the episode that's on Netflix about that. You'd love it, you big wuss. I've seen quite a few recently where people think that there's like Egyptian style buildings in on Mars and on the moon and stuff.
All right.
Because a lot of people, well, I say a lot of people, some people have mentioned before that they think that Egyptians landed on Earth as they were our starting point, if you know what I mean. And they landed to escape a planet that was dying.
Okay.
And they ended up on Earth. Have you ever seen that theory?
No.
So with all the drawings and things like that, and the hieroglyphics, there's loads of strange ones that show possible ships and technology kind of style drawings that wouldn't have obviously been around back then.
Okay.
So some people have always said they managed to do such incredible things with the technology they had at the time. Maybe they had more technology.
Yeah.
Maybe they came from somewhere else, and then it's just weird that that's a theory that's been around for a while, and then suddenly there's weird statues and things on Mars and on the moon and stuff.
Yeah.
Weird indeed. I like the idea that she has just been there for a while. Another country managed to launch and make it to Mars, and it turns out actually it's perfectly fine to live there. And they took off again and left her there, and she's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And then the Curiosity rover landed, and she's like, "Hey guys, hey, take me back, take it." Oh God, they've left.
Every time she gets to where she saw the rover, he's just moved on, and she's like, "Ah,
fuck." Every time, but yeah, there's a woman doing a Mars walk.
Hey guys, my name is Rashad Jones, and I am the host of Blood and Fire Water Podcast, a podcast where we shoot tequila and chase it with a case of murder. Some cases may have been covered in other podcasts before, and that's okay. Allow us to just guide you back down that rabbit hole as we re-examine the people, the places, and the things about your favorite cases. You can reach out to us on Instagram at Blood and Fire Water Podcast and Twitter at BFW Pod Squad. You got a case you want to suggest? Shoot an email to bloodandfirewater@gmail.com. Blood and Fire Water Podcast does contain explicit language and graphic content not suitable for all ages, so listeners' discretion is advised. Stay alert and stay alive.
Tell me about this bin.
Okay.
I'm intrigued about
that. All right. I've got a little thing to read you. Are you ready?
Yep.
It started with some mindless vandalism on Worthing Pier, but it had a happy ending 450 miles away and at a beachside house in Germany. This is the unusual story of the Worthing Borough Council litter bin, which was thrown into the sea at the end of the pier by vandals and just washed up after 6 months of journey on a small island of Borkum in the Leer district of northwest Germany. In honour of its epic voyage at sea, having travelled across the English Channel and the North Sea, the black bin has been given a permanent home in Borkum by Frerk Richter, who discovered the bin and has transformed it into a plant holder and a birdhouse, and it now resides in his back garden.
Amazing.
I can't read all of that without reading the important statement afterwards. While there is a happy ending to this story, throwing items into the sea is a serious issue. It's estimated that 8 million metric tons of plastic alone is dumped into the ocean every year. Adore, and Worthing councils are committed to stewarding, protecting, and improving the environment, and urges its residents to help to keep our oceans clean. Maybe someone thought that they could throw a bin into the ocean and then the sea could put its rubbish in there. That did not work. Person from Worthing. Most likely to be a drunk man.
Yeah.
I just came across that little story on I think it was like Worthing Council's Facebook or something, and I just liked the idea that someone was at the beach and they were like, "The fuck." Get down there and it's just like all in English, just says like Worthing City Council. They get home, Google it, and they're like, "Fuck." It'd be quite a cool little discovery to get, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's that is amusing.
It's a weird one.
Have we got time for one more?
Well, for you, why not?
Well, this is the one that we ran out of time for last time. So this is the story of how an engineer earned 1.25 million air miles by buying pudding.
Yes, I remember you mentioned this to me. And first of all, it makes me want pudding. Which is okay, actually, because today we got some handmade profiteroles filled with chocolate mousse delivered to our door.
Oh, lovely.
And that was because I'm still a little bitter from this, okay? Hopefully the chocolate mousse isn't. And I'm going to tell you this because I think it's bullshit. Yesterday we did a quiz with my other half's family, and we came second by 1 point, okay?
Right.
Now, that 1 point, we lost. Some we fairly got right, but one of them, I believe the point was robbed. And I'll tell you for why. The question was, what can you hold but never touch? Right?
Right.
Now, the answer that was given, does any answers come to your head?
Your breath?
Right, see, that's what we put. Yeah?
Yeah.
Valid answer. The answer that was given by the quiz host was conversation. Right? Also valid answer.
Yeah.
We said, fair enough, but breath isn't wrong. And they said, no, you're right, breath isn't wrong, but we're only accepting conversation.
Oh.
Tell me how you feel about that, because I don't feel good.
If it's open to more than one answer, then you have to accept all right answers.
Yeah, the quiz before, there was riddles, and we gave an answer that wasn't the answer they gave, and they said, that also works, here's your point.
Well, yeah, you can't just change the rules every week.
No. So, that would have made us joint first. So, I wouldn't let it go. Because I was right. And then I let it go for a little bit, and then someone else questioned it about another thing, and then they nearly gave it to them, and I was like, right, that's it, here we go again. And then I lost it again, and they went, fine, when all the points were done at the end, they're like, we're going to bring you round a consolation coming second prize, which was 6 profiteroles instead of a whole 12. So I was like, do you know what, fuck it, at least we got some. Another little update from the quiz that I did yesterday. I used your name and your cat as a clue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the question was which river runs through or starts in New York City? The Hudson. And I was playing against Sarah's 2 sisters, or 3 sisters actually, and then it was me and Sarah as a team, and then her mum and her boyfriend were hosting. And I said to her 3 sisters, I was like, girls, I'll give you a clue, because they had no idea. Or actually, I think one of them knew. And I said, my friend Jono's cat has the same name. And they all went, yeah, thanks for that. And I was like, well, maybe you should get to know my friends. So there you go.
Wow, amazing.
That reminded me of that, because I just looked to the left, and obviously the Polaroid you sent me of your cat is stuck to my desk.
Maybe next time if you're hosting the quiz, just for every answer they give you, just be like, oh yeah, but we're looking for this one.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I was actually looking for yellow. But the question was, what's 3 times 7? Yeah, but it's what I've got written down. So, at the end, they were like, oh, I got 42 out of 50. I was like, yeah, but I was looking for 37 out of 50, so someone else won. That'd be magical. Okay. Sorry, tell me the thing. Tell me the pudding story.
All right, back to the pudding. So this is, what's his name? David Phillips, who is a civil engineer who teaches at the University of California. He where is it? He was back in 1999. He saw that Healthy Choice was having a promotion on their frozen entrees section. And the offer was that for every 10 barcodes of their product that a person sent in, they'd be awarded 500 air miles. However, they did an early bird stipulation that whoever redeemed the offer within the first month would receive double that.
Okay.
So David went round all the local supermarkets to see what would be the best product to buy for the best potential return. And he found a discount grocery chain that was selling individual chocolate pudding cups for 25 cents each. So that meant for $2.50, he could get 1,000 air miles.
Damn.
Which is, hell of a deal, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So he wanted to take advantage of this, and he spent an entire day going around every branch of this grocery chain that he could find, and he spent just over $3,000 on pudding.
Okay.
Which,
that is a lot of pudding.
That's a lot of pudding, yeah.
Yeah.
But the total dollar value of the miles that he was set to receive was in excess of $150,000. There was a problem, though.
Oh, no.
So, to get the offer, they had to send in the physical barcodes from the wrappers.
Right.
So he had $3,000 worth of pudding to take the barcodes off of.
Oh, God.
And to send them in. So he approached the local Salvation Army with an offer that if they gave him volunteers to peel off the barcodes, then he would donate the pudding.
Okay.
And there's another twist.
Oh, God.
This counted as a considerable charitable donation, which let David claim just over $800 back in tax deductions. So he got $800 back from his pudding, and he got loads of people to peel off the barcodes for him. And he didn't have to eat all the pudding.
So he spent £3,000 or $3,000.
Yep.
Then got $800 back.
Yep.
And didn't have to do any work.
Yeah.
This man is my fucking hero.
So it gets better. So he sent off all the barcodes, and he got a total of 1,280,000 miles.
Right.
And because he now officially had over 1 million miles in his frequent flyer accounts, it automatically gave him lifelong access to something called the American Airlines Advantage Gold Club.
Nice.
Which gives him and his family a number of perks.
Okay.
So he's probably never going to run out of air miles because of this. I mean, he probably wouldn't have anyway, but because of this Gold Club thing, he's earning miles about 5 times faster than he's spending them. And
Jesus.
Currently, so when was this written? At the time of this being written, this was a few years ago, but he had over 4 million miles at the time that this was written. So who knows what he's got now?
This guy is going on holiday basically for free forever.
Yeah, pretty much. He
except for obviously hotels.
Yeah, so he spent like $2,000, and then it's free flights for life.
Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna go back again and just say this man is definitely my hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also really want a pudding cup now.
I'll bring some round when I bring the beer.
Do you have pudding cups?
I can get some.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, I was thinking they used to do some great vanilla protein pudding cups at My Protein.
Oh yeah.
If they don't still have them, I've literally searched pudding now. Oh, they don't do anymore. They used to be so good, man. Do you know what I really want, actually? What I really want is some butterscotch Angel Delight.
Oh, good shout.
That was fucking amazing. I remember that was a reward when I was younger. Mum would be like, got some butterscotch delight. I was like, I'm going to clean the house. I'd do anything for that. I didn't have no money. I couldn't go out and spend 50p on some Angel Delight. Nowadays, I ain't doing shit. They're still like 50p to £1, and my shop sells them. I could do like a 1-minute walk and just buy as many as I want. Angel Delight, official pudding of the podcast. Should we just slowly make things official, like they did in HI?
Yeah, why not? It's like what Simon Pegg did with the Cornetto trilogy, wasn't it? Because it was just that the reason it's called that was because at the first premiere, Cornetto sent some people and they were giving out free ice cream. So then they just started featuring that in all the other films to hope that they would keep coming back.
Can we just get sponsored by Angel Delight? I'd be the fucking happiest man alive.
Can you imagine just getting a crate of sachets delivered to your door every month?
You'd slowly hear me sound less and less healthy. I'd be like, hey guys, welcome to the Wait What podcast. Nom 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 nom, as I'm still eating them. And instead, right next to me at the moment, I've got a lean flapjack from My Protein. Also delicious, but not butterscotch Angel Delight. I am Megs sad about this. Life is hard. Let's have this conversation not on the podcast. Thanks for joining me again today.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
We'll be back.
Yes, we will.
See you later, shitlords!